As stated in the pilot's editorial yesterday, quote, "The school board is not obligated to take the highest bid. It can accept the lesser offer if it deems it to be in the best interest of the community. There is no doubt that West Southern Pines, all of Southern Pines, would be well served and better served with a center that respects the community's past and an innovative future of service."
Comments. First, I'd like to clarify something. A local newspaper in their editorial page last Sunday and the weekend before published some misinformation. So I'm going to read the quote from the editorial, and I'm going to ask the board attorney if this is in fact factual. So the quote from the editorial read, "It," being us, I'll just say the school board in lieu of it, "the school board can accept the lesser offer if it deems to be in the interest of the community." I'll say that again. The editorial said, "We, the school board, can accept a lesser offer if it deems to be in the interest of the community." Mr. Ramey, I have two questions. Is us deeming to be in the interest of the community any sort of exception or definition of the law?
No, I haven't read the editorial, but what you just read to me sounds a bit off. I mean, as we've discussed many times in open session over the past year and a half, there is a constitutional requirement that the board obtain fair market value for the site. I'm comfortable that the appraised value of the entire site of parcel 1A would satisfy that requirement. But it's not legally salient in any way that I'm aware of that what the board thinks is in the best interest of the community. The legal requirements are sell by competition unless some exception applies. We've talked about that. The trust makes a good case that an exception applies to them, so you can sell without competition, but you still have to get market value.
Right, so I just don't want members of the public walking around believing that we, the board, because we think that we want to help this or we feel support for it, that we can somehow give away the property at less than its value. That's simply not true, and that's what the paper alluded to. The fact of the matter is and this was documented in the first school board meeting I attended in December of 2020, and it's been online. Mr. Ramey's opinion's been online since at least December 2020. The fact of the matter is surplus school property must be sold in an open bid situation unless a narrowly defined exception applies. And a narrowly defined exception is historical property being sold to the Southern Pines Land Trust. Note the exception isn't because we want to or we deem it's in the best interest of the community. We can't even consider that. Then, regardless of the method of sale, either full and open competition or private negotiated sale, we have to get, per state law and the North Carolina Constitution, as Mr. Ramey said, we have to get fair market value. So thank you for allowing me to clarify that.